Hi guys. Josh is scrolling. Mike is
sitting here,
and I'm
getting a beer.
pontificating.
You cracked this open.
We are going to do
Video
American
ring
Werewolf in London from 1981, the year of my birth, the year of the werewolf.
With that.
Some
right?
report to be the best werewolf film in the world, and I disagree with that.
I disagree with that as well, but it's still a very good film.
Josh, what do you think?
I mean, it's a good movie. It's a major staple of the 80s, and, we all grew up watching it, but it doesn't live up to The Howling by any means.
Absolutely not.
I agree.
I think we're all agreeing.
it is funny. I think we are all in agreement. The Howling is
my ex-wife did think that this was better than The Howling.
Well, that's the reason you guys aren't together anymore.
That's one of the reasons.
And but like I said, I mean, it's good. It's not like I said, it's not trash, and I think it's one of Rick Baker's better works.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might argue with me about that, but transformation scenes.
Yeah,
everybody transformation scene.
Yeah.
Great transformation.
Yeah, the soundtrack.
The Slaughter of the Lamb is awesome.
Slaughter of the Lamb is badass.
The Slaughter of the Lamb is cool. I like the fact that Rick Mayall was in it.
Yeah,
it was a nice little thing. I have the soundtrack. The soundtrack is not atmospheric at all. It's just a bunch of fucking off the radio hits.
Yeah.
It's not really good. I liked it. David Naughton. And the Dr. Pepper boy. There is definitely parts about this film I like. There, two Jews off on an adventure, but basically, and
I can't really argue.
The one thing is
wrong.
No, they're two Jews off on an adventure, and then Machaya. But then at the same time, they're just dicks. They're dicks. They come in. They're dickish. I had a friend. He passed away. From sex. He passed away a couple years ago, but he was a big proponent of not liking this film because he's just, if you look at it, they're just assholes. They come in, they're disrespectful, they're loud. Mm-hmm. You don't like them. The whole point of a film, and this is what he was trying to push that.
Like, you want a protagonist that you can appreciate,
someone.
or at least see some redeeming qualities in.
And I think films in general lack that.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Well, today definitely. I completely agree with you. There's a lot of protagonists in films.
Now it is very comical, where every time Jack comes back, then he gets more rotten as he comes
and he keeps
back.
trying to get his buddy
killed.
I mean?
Yeah, he's like, hey, but you gotta kill yourself because you're gonna kill other people. You're gonna eat that piece of toast. Get the fuck out of here, Jack. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Sorry, call you Meatloaf, Jack. The back and forth between the two is very funny. I don't like bipedal werewolves. I don't like quadrupeds. Mm-hmm. He based it all off his dog, his dog Bosco. I think his name says when he made the mask and stuff. There is good acting. The acting is very good.
It's an overall good movie.
It is a well-made film. It is good acting. It is approachable from all audiences. Yeah, and I think that is. I think that is where The Howling leaves off a little bit, where it's not as well filmed. It's maybe not as well as approachable.
I agree with you on that. It's not as approachable. Like, if you're not a horror fan and you're gonna watch a werewolf movie, I feel like you'd be more inclined to watch American Werewolf in London as opposed to watching The Howling. Yeah, because The Howling is more of a horror. Person's werewolf.
You could watch this just as well as you could watch. Hound of the Baskervilles. Yeah. Or you can watch that. You can watch this. The British stuff, the British atmosphere, and the British acting.
Well, that goes with the
does
genre.
Open up a little bit where you can, more approachable, more this, more that, and it is nice. The visuals are nice. But and it is humorous. There's the dark comedy kind of aspect to it. There's more of a dark comedy to this than The Howling as well. So there's a little bit of a lighter tone. However, it is a really good film. I don't think it is the best werewolf film. I think The Howling still reigns supreme as far as werewolf films. I like to think it's Lycanthrope Films United. Lycanthrope Films United released this. Yeah, cool. That's pretty cool. It is a good film. Good special effects, weird dream sequences and stuff like that, which is nice.
There's some good stuff. My biggest gripe with the movie is him just getting shot a whole bunch at the end and he dies from it. Yeah. That was my biggest gripe with the film. It goes like the one thing that has always held true with werewolves.
Well, Silver
kills a werewolf.
I'm pretty sure.
And he just gets fucking shot up.
If you talk to the people, if you go back, when he goes back, I think they actually used the silver bullet.
Maybe I
on
missed
the moors
to be fair,
originally, not the end.
Yeah,
but when he was on the moors originally.
Yeah.
You know
That's
mean?
fair. I was saying it's been a long time since it has been quite a while since I watched.
The thing is too, because the thing is, if you have a werewolf, and you know this, and everyone's aware there's a werewolf.
Yeah,
we'll just go ahead and kill it.
Kill
if you just kill it with that, like if you got to throw a spoon at it and kill it, just kill it.
Some silver and beat the shit.
You know what I mean? Because everyone in the on the moors there at the Solid Land was all aware there's a werewolf out there. Well, then get your ass out and kill it. Because what do? One,
hey guys, everybody, this full moon, show up at the Slaughtered Lamb. If you don't show up, we're coming to kill you.
Yeah, here's the other thing too that pisses me off is
that one guy.
They all get pissed, right, and kick him out, and they go,
werewolf.
Well, I hope they're okay.
There is a werewolf out there.
You know, I was like, why would you hope they're okay? You kicked them out. You just kicked them the fuck out, you dumb bastards. You know, but remember the Alamo joke was funny. Rick Mail was funny. The lady, you know, it is a good movie. I'm not taking anything. And by the way, Rick Baker was working on The Howling, and John Landis stole him from The Howling.
No shit.
So they actually had to go and because he was like, well, you're gonna make a werewolf movie. Well, I was gonna make one, so I'm gonna steal him.
Yeah. So
you can't make your werewolf film. Being, the typical Jew screw.
Howling was grittier.
And then they took over where Rick Baker left off, obviously, and Rick Picardo, the Howling was fucking fantastic. Mm-hmm. But Richard Picardo. But then the Howling took over, and it was pretty fantastic what they did. And again, I'm a big fan of the back and forth between Jack and the character of Jack and David Naughton's character. David,
well, and it's rough because, and it's kind of sad because there's so few really good werewolf movies out there.
I think he's a Jew. Why? Why do you think that? Because I had a look. I'm circumcised too, so it's standard practice now, as they said.
There's so few very really good werewolf movies out there, and it's just it's sad. It's sad that American Werewolf in London, The Howling, are like two of the best werewolf films.
Yeah.
In the past, 30 years?
40
years?
Yeah, you have to look at the werewolf. I always look at it like this.
And there's some of the
top four
outside of
you get The Howling, then you get Silver Bullet.
I enjoy Silver Bullet. I think you like Silver Bullet more than I do. I do enjoy Silver Bullet.
Then you get Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers is great.
Then you have American Werewolf in London. That's right. I
wow, you put it below.
Wow. Yes.
Wow. That's pretty low.
See, I would never do that. I could
watch this once every 2-5 years.
I would put that order up, but you know what's funny? And this is the
that surprises me.
This is the kicker, though. I would agree with you that all four of those films are the top 4 films for werewolf movies. There's not a lot of good, like the classic horror genre, like the monsters,
the werewolves,
vampires.
They don't make a lot of good films.
There's not a lot of good movies.
Yeah. Metal Beast?
You have the Project Metal Beast, which is not everyone's favorite, but you have a lot of.
You got that guy right there that's sitting that I brought out.
American Werewolf in Paris is garbage. And then you have, you have the Paul Naschy stuff. You have the original Wolfman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Like, you go back. I mean,
for instance, I like.
But there's a line.
Moon.
There's a differential.
Oh, you like Bad Moon?
I like Bad Moon.
That threw me for a loop. I
like Bad Moon.
You don't pay me for a bad movie. That's not a bad movie.
It's way better than this.
There's so much shit out there. Like, there's like the Beast of Brer Road.
I have all those. They're all bad.
Garbage.
How about Werewolf, the TV show?
I love Werewolf, the TV show. 1987.
They were just talking about that on Facebook the other day.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They don't know.
That's what I said. You guys don't know. Bunch of fucking amateurs.
You don't know.
But you know what this fucking kills me. And I don't know how you guys are going to take this comment, because I know how some of my comments have gone in the past.
Yeah. Christine, is it about Christine?
It's not about Christine. Not going to bring up Silver Bullet and the segue to Stephen King into Christine. But it's there. But but one of the best werewolf designs as far as like modeling, I really thought Underworld killed it. As far as the look, like if you were just to take the
Rise
look
of the
werewolf,
okay.
I don't like the I have the toys for the Howling. I think Dog Soldiers beats them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's fair.
I like Williams. design for Underworld.
Okay.
In Rise of the Lycans. When you actually see William, the original William,
yeah,
that big motherfucker, that's pretty good.
Rise of the Lycans was the only one I liked of this movie.
Yeah,
but like,
I like that.
I'm not even talking as far as whether or not you like the movie. I'm just
I'm talking about this straight up design.
The design of the werewolves.
I don't like
in
the werewolves in Underworld. I like William in Underworld. I like his
got
design.
all those fucking werewolf books over there, and they're good.
They're good.
They're good.
But
the design, they actually, I think they got sued by that gaming company for their.
Oh, they actually stole from that.
They did so. They said some things and did some things.
They said some shit
that I was watching. I was watching it in theaters when Underworld came out.
Yeah.
And the guys in front of us, they said a line in the movie, and the guys in front of us were like, "Oh, that's a lawsuit."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you're right," because they're totally ripping shit off. Like,
they're ripping shit off Werewolf the Apocalypse.
From Werewolf the Apocalypse. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
But no, but as far as design goes, like, and that's why I liked the Howling so much was because, like you said, like I'm a big bipedal werewolf fan, and the Howling, same deal.
I hate
like
that word.
Bipedal.
I just like
bipedal.
I know. I first want to say bipedal.
It sounds
just,
dirty as fuck, but
just be like, what are you fucking talking about?
Two at once.
But those are the best. Those are the best ones. Those are the best werewolves. They're way more intimidating. They're scary
because they're wolf men.
Yeah.
What about
I mean, we're Anglo-Saxon for
Why don't we go to Germany and drink out of that
wolf
river?
men? Huh?
Why don't we go to Germany and drink out of that river?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that over
Martin
the
just invited me again tonight. He's like, bro, you need to come up.
Yeah, well, he's gonna come over here next year.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love Martin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, so what about like the werewolf in Waxworks?
That was good.
Waxworks Werewolf was pretty decent. Good call with the Waxworks.
What about Boneyard, the big poodle werewolf?
What about Thriller with the werecat?
Thriller.
I'm an ocelot.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, was actually inspiration after that movie.
Yeah. Not this one.
There's a lot of. They put that one down. We're done with that.
Yeah, stop going back to that.
Stop living in the past, Paul.
Move forward, not backwards.
That's all we do is live in the past.
Yeah, though. American Werewolf in London, I think probably second best werewolf movie.
Favorite part, go.
Favorite
part in the movie.
Ooh,
I mean, I'm a big fan of them just running and being scared on the moors.
Yeah, there's. I'd say everybody always goes to the transformation scene, which
is good,
which is very.
But
good.
I just like that, like Heathcliff didn't.
But I agree with you.
But he was on the moors.
I actually agree with you. The part where they're on the moors towards the beginning and they're trying to run, they're getting away, and all that stuff. That's one of my favorite parts of this film.
You know how like when the film starts and you hear that kind of the piano and stuff like that. That's not on the soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is some atmospheric piano like that kind of. Oh no, it's all just rocking pop songs off the radio. Like this sucks.
Do we swap? Did I swap you the American Werewolf in London?
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. I was on a flea market.
And I swapped them for something.
Yeah, Venom. You gave me the Venom out.
Oh, I gave
good trade.
Yeah, good trade. Venom sucks.
Fuck you guys. I like Venom.
Venom's fucking garbage. Garbage rock.
I brought dice, but like, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Venom is garbage rock. I did have sex with a woman that had sex with Kronos, though, so I guess I had sex with Kronos.
That's Eskimo Brothers.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. The Moor scene is probably my favorite scene in that movie.
I like the Nazis.
The Nazis.
Oh, they're not. Oh, because Jews. Yeah, that's what he says. What would a Jew in the 80s fear? Nazi werewolves. I'm like, you guys think weird. Like,
you guys think weird.
You're like, I don't understand.
I know most people are probably afraid of Nazi werewolf.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, because like I was watching John Landis, and he's like, what would a Jewish guy in the 80s be afraid of? Nazi werewolves.
I don't think that's strictly a Jewish thing. I think most people would be afraid of a Nazi werewolf.
But he
Nazi werewolf kicked on my door. I'd like bite me. I want to be a Nazi werewolf.
Yeah. But when he said it though, it's just like, well, obviously. I'm like. What do you mean, obviously? Like, this is not the first thing that comes to mind ever. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. But it was a very interesting interview. But I'm like, where did you get that from?
Yeah, so it's funny because you brought up American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Howling, Dog Soldiers, and Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
For me, it's still Howling, American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers. Silver Bullet.
I think this, to me personally, this is way overhyped.
I don't disagree with you on that. Actually,
it's way.
There's a lot of really great movies.
This doesn't have fear in it.
It doesn't.
This doesn't have atmosphere.
Well, it has atmosphere. It doesn't have fear.
The Silver Bullet has fear in it.
Silver Bullet does have fear in it. Brooding tension
of fear. This is just a comedy. That's what this is. That's all this is. It's a joke. It's not scary. It's not a horror film.
Scary. No, it's not that scary.
Dog Soldiers is an action adventure.
Maybe that's why we find that scene on the more so enjoyable.
Because it's funny.
Well, it's funny, but there's also
a little bit of brooding in there. There's a little bit of what's going to happen, where it's coming from.
What's your favorite part?
And right there, right where it happens, it goes, oh, blah, there it comes, and then, oh my God, it's killing me. And I love the fact that this fucking coward runs like a half a mile away and goes, Jack, and then runs back, and I'm like, well, you could have just stayed there and helped him, but whatever, you know.
I always sat there watching it mold.
They did the same thing that they did in the slaughter. Get the fuck out of here. Hope they're okay.
Well, I better go back.
Ah, shucks.
That's what they did at Fire in the Sky when the dude Travis gets sucked away. We better go back for Travis.
If he would have just took out his I don't know, Jewish army knife and just stabbed the fucking werewolf in the Hitler Youth knife, and just stabbed the werewolf in the face a whole bunch of times while he was attacking Jack, the movie wouldn't have happened. Or if they would have just kept him in the goddamn pub, the movie wouldn't have happened.
Like I said, like one of my biggest gripes, you know, they just shoot the werewolf they shoot him at the end to kill him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if that's really all it takes, like why it's so, I mean, I get it, like it's a monster, but it's just basically, it's still a quadruped werewolf.
A big dog.
Yeah, it's just a big fucking wolf. Like, just shoot the shit out of it. Like, you get enough people out together with the shotguns and pitchforks and stuff, you're going to kill it. It's not that big of a deal.
And if they didn't use a silver bullet on the Moors, one shot from a shotgun killed the original guy.
Yeah. I mean, they corner him in the alley at the end, and they just shoot the shit out of him. Like, and then it's just like, oh, here's that man. Like,
that's the thing about Dog Soldiers is we put 500 rounds in them.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers. One of the things with Dog Soldiers is that I always thought was really enjoyable was like they really hold off. Like they really build the suspense in Dog Soldiers. Yeah. Like they really fucking like
all the way to the end.
But I would like to say that that one right there is number 5 for me. That one's slated anything.
American Werewolf in Paris doesn't even get in my top 10.
Not in your top 10.
I don't think so.
I like it.
We'll have to do our top 10 werewolf films.
Top 10 werewolf films. I don't think I have a top 10.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to
top 5.
Yeah, like you do top 5.
Beast of the Magic Sword.
I'm still working my way through it.
You gotta get it.
Realize you have it. You gave it to me.
I know. He fights a tiger.
I keep saying.
I am the tiger.
It took me. I put it in a while ago, and I was like, "Wait, this is in Spanish and the subtitles."
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not a late night lay in bed movie for me. I am not reading right now.
There is no falling asleep during a national film. I am glued to the screen.
Yeah, not my thing. But yeah. Paris is number 5.
Overall rating for American Werewolf in London, 1981?
American Werewolf in London, 1981. I will probably go with...
In old London town?
I'll say, for a bandwagon person, a bandwagon person's going to love this movie. They'll usually go for an 8 or 9.
Go home.
Right. And I'd say probably for like an average, or for us, someone, a horror movie fan, I'd probably go 6.
6?
Yeah, I'll go halfway. I'll go the halfway point kind of.
What about you?
For me, so average person, relatability, like as far as like horror and all that stuff goes, I'm gonna go 7.5.
7.5.
7.5, because I think it is a very watchable horror film for a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
A horror fan, 6. It's above average. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Really?
But it's not mind blowing. It's not necessarily scary. But there's a lot of elements in it that a horror fan I think would appreciate.
For a werewolf horror fan, I'm gonna give it a 9 because it deserves that. For a non-horror fan, I'll still give it a 6.
Wow.
Well, here's
666.
Here's the
sign of the devil, dude.
Well, here's probably the question though with that. Like, are we going at it strictly from like a werewolf movie standpoint, because I would give it a higher rating if you're like, where does this rank on like werewolf movies? I'd be like 9.
Yeah, 9 or they're close to 10. Yeah.
You're right, guys. It smells like Dracula.
It smells like Dracula in here.
It smells like Dracula.
Yeah. Sorry, I just farted. It smells like Dracula's tomb in here. Oh no, it's the stinker of Midnight you smell, the remake.
Yeah, like, but there's a differential between like
horror and werewolf horror.
Yeah. I think there is. I really do think there is.
Yeah. I mean, like, overall as horror, like, if I looked at my top 10 horror films, this wouldn't be on it.
No.
Wow.
I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
Well, you know what though, but you're like really hard bent on fucking werewolves more than me.
He's
and
a
Mike.
giallo guy though too. So like,
yeah, no, like you know,
Paul's
because
got
like
fucking
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead would be on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not
like Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah,
and
American Werewolf in London would not be on my top 10 greatest films.
Oh, well, like just werewolf movies. Though.
Werewolf movies, it
Serbian
is in my
film.
top 10. It's on my lower end of top 10.
Okay.
You know?
I'd
Yeah,
probably go
it's
with
fine.
like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
seven.
Well, I mean, if I really looked at it, if I really had to look at it, werewolf films, because you have the Howling, you have Silver Bullet, you have Dog Soldiers, you have
Company of Wolves.
Company of Wolves is lower because it's more like a fairy tale and stuff. But then you get like Werewolf vs. Vampire Woman, because I love that, the Paul Naschy stuff like that. Then you have then you start getting like Project Metal Beast.
Yeah, Project Metal Beast.
You know, you have American Werewolf in London's on there, so it's like kind of like in the lore. Because I like Bad Moon a lot. I like Bad Moon more like this.
That is saying a fucking lot.
I like
dude.
Bad Moon. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah.
That's like one of those things. That's one of those little tweaks you find out about Paul. You go,
now,
wow,
if I said I like Cursed more than this, then it would
Oh no, we wouldn't be.
Throws at me that I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Bad Moon, like Bad fucking
I'm
Moon.
like, you know a lot about horror films. Like, there's lots of times where Paul says shit, and I'm like, you're way beyond what I'm comprehending right now. But you'll say stuff sometimes, and I'm like, I know that movie. You're fucking crazy. Because it's not. You're wrong. You're wrong. It's not a good movie.
I'm gonna sit there tonight and go, fucking Bad Moon.
It's 90s.
Hey, he likes Bad Moon.
Yeah, it's 90s as fuck.
Yeah,
I like Bad Moon. Now, Full Eclipse, I have that on Laserdisc.
Now let me ask you.
VHS and DVD. That's a horrible film.
Let me ask you about Bad Moon. Is it nostalgia or is it just the movie is
I
actually
like the werewolf when he's fully transformed.
Silver Bullet is nostalgia for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why Paul likes Silver Bullet. That's why Silver Bullet ranks higher for Paul.
Yeah.
That's the nostalgia factor.
I like Silver Bullet.
Guarantee you.
I like
Silver Bullet.
No.
But to rank it higher.
Oh no, I like Silver Bullet because it's better. I like the atmosphere.
And
I like the fear. I like the fact that Willie is in there.
There's aspects that I completely agree with you, but I think you still rank Silver Bullet higher because there's a nostalgia thing that's kicking in your head as opposed to actual.
This was
the film
made the same year I was born. Like it should have the same nostalgia as Silver Bullet.
But all right, but you know what?
But it's got Gary Busey.
I don't disagree with you. And Gary Busey's fucking awesome. But there is as much as you say that movie doesn't have like the fear and like all that stuff. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Silver Bullet has a campiness factor to it.
Silver Bullet,
motherfuckers in a wheelchair.
Silver Bullet scared me.
I mean, there's a Mac and Me vibe.
Should I tell my Silver Bullet story?
You want to?
Yeah, go for it.
I watch werewolf films, eat steak, and drink water. That's it on the full moon. That's what I used to do every full moon. Steak, bloody steak, water. Just do the whole like kind of wolf thing. Only drink water and eat steak and watch werewolf movies. Full moon. First time out in the wilderness. Right? I live in the middle of nowhere. Right? Because I moved. Fucking 15 years ago. Right now, had dogs, and they were different. They were placed differently than they were later. You know, there was a tree right next to one side of the house. Hook Boomer up there, and I was alone, no kids, obviously back then. Okay. I'm watching Silver Bullet, and he's doing this thing because there's actually a big demographic with the priest and stuff and all the inside thing, and Cycle of the Werewolf is one of my favorite books too. You know, so there's a lot of that in there. So the werewolf's climbing up the lattice work. Right, the sounds. It was almost like a Jaws sound. You know, and right before he jumps to the fucking werewolf, my fucking dog jumps up on the fucking window and goes, "Roar!" And I'm like, wow, okay. I'm ready to fucking kill people. My fucking plates go in the fucking...
You see? Nostalgia factor.
I thought that before.
Silver
I
Bullet.
thought that before that happened, but that was my Silver Bullet story.
Either way, I think there's certain films that
like
whether
the Goonies,
it be werewolf or vampire.
We're gonna have to get up to the fact that the Goonies is one of the worst films ever made.
Fuck, man.
So,
It's
hard argument.
I hate it.
Jesus Christ. You just went right for it.
Josh Brolin, you go right for the fucking throat.
Yeah.
Let's not do this right now.
Fucking A. That's a whole nother podcast.
This is-
We're gonna talk about
This is not- this is
nostalgia.
not
We're
a-
gonna talk about
it's not
nostalgia.
a-
The only reason like you
It's
like
not
the
a
Goonies
horror.
is
It's not
because
a
of
horror
nostalgia.
podcast
No.
argument.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Let's not go there
right now. But,
Shots fired.
Shots fucking
I was
fired.
gonna say, you're gonna come at me
fired.
with a knife because of Silver Bullet. We're gonna
Fucking A,
I'm not
man.
coming at you with a knife
You know what I'm
because
saying?
I do agree with you on every note that you hit.
Silver Bullet
with
Bill's
why you
gold.
like Silver
Because and the
Silver
other
Bullet.
thing, well, one of my
I'm just saying as far as, like,
one of my
the level you're
disqualifiers for this
ranking.
is because it's quadruped.
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
And I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you on any of the
What do you go?
points that you're making.
What do you
I
go?
don't care if it's fucking American Werewolf in London or fucking Goonies. Ghostbusters is a horror movie.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
You know what? We'll do
It's
that
a
with the
comedy
Goonies.
with horror elements.
We'll do that with the Goonies, and I'm going to talk about practical magic when we do it.
Yeah.
The Witches of Westwick.
Yeah.
Which is a
He's got a
Westworld.
curved dick.
Let's talk about let's talk about Wolf.
His dick is curved.
Let's talk about Jack.
Oh my
Nicholson.
god. I love the
Whoa.
fact that I'm Jack Nicholson. I'm not putting on this shit. I just won't shave for a week.
Because I'm Jack.
Because I'm Jack fucking Nicholson.
I was in The Shining.
God damn
And
it.
one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
I'm not putting this shit
The
on.
best Jack Nicholson reaction is when the guy handed him an autograph of the Heath Ledger Joker and said, "Can you sign this for me?" He's standing there with the pen, like, look at the guy. I just don't
I
fucking
play
laugh.
golf for a living. No, I'm
The
not.
sneer guy.
But yeah, I every single note
It's
that
the
you
old
hit
DH1s.
with why you like Silver Bullet, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Ever
I
dance
just-
with
I
the
think
devil
there's-
in the
I
pale
think-
moonlight?
Yeah.
That's the
Where did you get these
individual
references?
weird nostalgia, weird life things that affect everybody differently. Though, even though I agree with you,
Yep.
I'm still like American Wolf in London to me ranks higher than Silver Bullet. Though I completely agree with every point that you
There
made
you
about
go.
Silver
See?
Bullet.
So you're wrong and I'm right. That works out
You're
well.
wrong and I'm right.
I'm fucking. Hey, man, finish this up.
Well, you
please.
know what then? Christine's fucking awesome.
Nope. Sorry,
You
bro.
got my it socks on, bitch. What you gonna do?
I'm sorry.
Not
They're-
yet. Not right now.
No, I can't fucking with Christine. I can't even with that movie.
We're gonna do Christine Maximum Overdrive. It's coming.
Christine,
I don't know what you're gonna compare. Maximum Overdrive, hands down, all the way.
Christine's a great movie and Bikers Rule. Is what he's saying
Fuck,
right
man.
now. Yeah.
It's
We're also
just
gonna
like-
do Rubber along with that.
I will watch
Because
Rubber
it's
over
vague.
Christine.
Rubber was amazingly good, actually.
compared to
If you've never
Christine.
seen Rubber, go watch Rubber.
Yeah.
I would rather watch my parents' home movie of them making me than fucking watch Christine.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's my hate for Christine.
Would
I
you,
can't find the fucking.
Would you rather
fascination
watch
of that movie.
Christine or this?
This.
You're
Oh,
full of shit.
oh.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You, sir, are a liar.
You are a liar.
You're just putting me down.
Get out of my trailer.
All right.
Go watch Christine over Midnight Remake.
Okay.
You know you will. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'll pull back.
there
I'll
you
take
go.
it back.
Okay. Okay. All
Are we
right.
okay now?
All right.
There you go.
All
Can we
right.
go smoke a cigarette and have
Yeah.
a drink?
Okay.
Even though I don't smoke a cigarette,
Then have a drink.
I'll have a drink though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well.
I'm
this
Josh
has been- and Kevin and Smith
and Steve.
and John.
Kevin Smith.
Tell him,
We should
Steve
talk about
Dave.
Tusk sometime, though, speaking of Kevin Smith.
Tusk? He won't talk about any of
Can't
that.
do that. I just
That's
I
not
looked
him.
at it and I'm like, why is this even
Tusk
happening?
was good shit.
I love the fact that
Make
in
your
the
own
last
podcast.
20
We
years,
Josh and I are going to start a podcast where we're talking about all the movies that you won't talk about.
Star Wars,
Star Wars,
Goonies.
Yeah, this is the
fucking Big Trouble in Little China, like all these.
Hi, this is Mike and Josh from the Paulus
from the ManiacsMeat podcast. Paul's not here.
It's the Paulus podcast.
Yeah, the Paulus podcast.
Paul's podcast.
Yeah. Here's the thing is, the last 20 years, now if you're gonna make a horror film, the only option you have is to make fun of horror while you do it. And I'm sucking sick of it.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick of it.
horror's
There
going-
is, for some fucking goddamn
You know
reason,
what-
I didn't
you know
hear a
what,
fucking
though?
thing you just said.
Just
I don't know
For
if
the last 20 years, Because I've watched a lot of films, especially when I was off. You know, I watched all this film. All they are is making fun of the genre while they're making fucking horror. Pisses me the fuck off.
Hold on, hope that in a couple years we're going to see people pumping out, maybe not pumping out, but starting to put out horror films that are more in line with where horror flicks used to be.
Right.
I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And don't fucking try to show everything.
I have a strong feeling that the end of the world will be on New Year's Eve.
I have a strong feeling that the world will end before I actually see a new horror film I like.
I think it can happen.
I think we could pull him in with Ritual, though. With the Wendigo. I really feel like he would really...
The old elk Wendigo with the hands.
Yeah, I really feel like he'd be like, okay,
that's... Wendigo...
Ravenous is good. I just watched another one called Skinwalkers. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good.
Isn't that how the chick on the cover?
No, different Skinwalkers. No, that was garbage, but it had Casey Jones in it.
Yeah, Elias Goatees.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Watch him in a movie called Defenders.
Fucking Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Like the real Casey Jones, Ninja Turtles Casey Jones? All right.
Casey Jones, a werewolf.
Yeah. Casey Jones.
Casey Jones turned into a werewolf.
All right, I'm down.
Are you? Are you down?
No,
not really. No, it's really
Remember
bad.
how like
now I'll fuck all those furry bitches though.
Like that's he just became what he did.
Why don't you join a furries website? Okay.
I was just REM.
So that was our werewolf movie review.
31 minutes of nothing.
Well, hey, whatever. We talked about movies, and if anyone's actually interested in films, they'd find this entertaining.
And there might be a Paulus podcast.
Look for the
all
Paulus,
the shit we won't do.
Look for the Paulus podcast.
We'll call it Retro Shockwave.
Yeah, Retro Shockwave. Paulus podcast coming up soon. So.
Retro Shockwave, the Paulus podcast.
Yeah,
Paulus
it's polarizing.
And then we'll put a 2-minute segment of Paul just bitching about us at the end of every segment.
Bunch of fucking faggots.
Bunch of fucking faggots talking about their shit.
Goodies fucking suck.
And I'm right.
Ghostbusters in the fucking horror movie.
Fuck Jack Burton.
Yeah. Tim Burton never made a good film.
Jack Burton,
bro, what the fuck, man?
Jack Burton.
Beetlejuice is the shit.
Beetlejuice was a shit.
Bye.